What's up, guys? Red Wolf here. Welcome back to College Football 26 and the NC State Dynasty for 2025. The Wolfpack coming to this game against Virginia with a 1-0 record, victorious in Week 1 over in-state rival East Carolina. The Cavaliers come in at 1-0 as well, led by quarterback Chandler Morris. The redshirt senior had an outstanding game in his debut for the 2025 season, throwing for 235 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 pick. C.J. Bailey also had a pretty good first week, threw a couple of touchdown passes, but also had 2 questionable interceptions. The Wolfpack are without star running back Hollywood Smothers today, and will be leaning on a combination of Jaden Scott, Isaiah Jones, Zach Kaiser, and you might even see a surprise at running back today. C.J. Bailey and this Wolfpack offense will start with the football first. Here we go under the lights in Raleigh, North Carolina. Jaden Scott gets the call at running back today. Gain of 5 on his first carry. And there's your surprise. Jonathan Paylor, listed as our gadget running back, gadget receiver on the depth chart, gets his first carry of the year. He picks up about 10 yards. He's somebody that we can use in the backfield, split him out wide, maybe in the slot, and we might be able to get him 7 to 10 touches per game. However, we need to be careful with him, or we might end up in another situation like Hollywood Smothers. Bailey goes down for a sack on second down, makes it 3rd down and 17. We'll see where Bailey and the Wolfpack offense go. He gets hit again as he throws. No time to throw there as he was just looking to check that ball down. And this offensive line is struggling early. We didn't see a lot of trouble last week with our offensive line, but that's something we'll have to keep track of as this game goes on. Cool little feature in College Football 26, we get to see the weights of each trench. The average weight of the offensive line for Virginia is about 316, where the Wolfpack defensive line check in at an average of 291. Here is Chandler Morris. We get to see his first throw complete to his favorite target, tight end number 0, Sage Ennis. Had 8 catches back in Week 1. Morris is a redshirt senior, and we get to take a look at his stats from that first week. Completed 64% of his passes. He also ran the ball 9 times. That's something we'll have to keep track of, even though his archetype is a pocket passer. 3rd down and 2 now. This is the first give to the running back, number 21, Harrison Whaley. He picks up a yard. It's 4th and short, but we see Justin Terrell go down with an injury to his left arm. Pretty severe injury right there. We don't have a ton of depth on that defensive line. We need him to be back in the game fairly soon. 4th down and 1. Chandler Morris on the play action boot completes it down the right side to number 85, Jaden Thomas. Picks up a huge gain. Sets the Virginia Cavaliers up inside the red zone after that completion. We see that Justin Terrell has elbow bursitis. Hopefully we'll be able to return fairly soon. Another give to Whaley. Gets stopped short of the marker. 3rd give of this drive to Whaley. This time he picks up the 1st down. Morris back in the pocket, sending his receiver in motion. That's Jaden Thomas. And there's his favorite target, Sage Ennis. A little screen pass now on 2nd down and 8. Good closeout from Sean Brown. Takes him down after a gain of 2. Play action, not fooled, is Brandon Cleveland. Gets right by the offensive line. Didn't bite on the play action fake. And takes Chandler down for the first sack of the day. This Wolfpack defense played extremely well a week ago, not allowing a touchdown until late in the 4th quarter. Also picked up several sacks. It looks like we're picking up where we left off. Field goal sneaks in that right upright, and the Wolfpack trail for the first time this season, down 3-0 to the Virginia Cavaliers. Bailey back on the field in the pistol formation, sends his fullback Hendrickson in motion. Jaden Scott is back in the game in the backfield. The give is to Scott, tries to break it outside, but gets taken down for a loss of 3. Now Bailey in the pocket, fires over the middle. There's Noah Rogers with his first catch of the day. A big gain out to the 37-yard line. Noah Rogers gets this crowd hyped up after a dismal first possession for the Wolfpack offense. Jaden Scott squeezes through the hole. 10 yards on 3 carries early in this game. Now a check down to Scott. Gets across midfield. That's a gain of 10 yards. Another give to Scott. He's been heavily utilized on this drive. He picks up 4. Isaiah Jones checks into the game. The pass goes out wide left. Misses intended receiver Noah Rogers. 3rd down and 6, a big play for Bailey. Has time in the pocket, floats it out to the left side. And Justin Joe Lee, our safety valve, catches that ball for a 1st down. Now another pass goes wide of the mark, looking for Terrell Anderson. Bailey has started just 3 for 7 today after completing over 70% of his passes against ECU. Scott with another touch. Almost nowhere to go, but he powers through for a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd down and 6. See where Bailey goes on this crucial 3rd down early in the football game. Has time in the pocket, checks it down short. There's Noah Rogers with a tough catch. Picks up the 1st down inside the red zone. And now Jaden Scott will take the offense down inside the 10 with a 12-yard run. And that'll end the first quarter. Through 2 drives, 84 total yards for the Pack. The Cavaliers did most of their damage through the air on their first drive, something I expected coming into this game. Now a swing screen out to Jonathan Paylor, has room, gets around the edge, beats the safety to the end zone, and that's a touchdown for the redshirt freshman. We didn't use him a lot in week 1, but he gets around the edge here, catches the ball from Bailey, and he gets into the end zone for the Wolfpack touchdown. I like this play a little bit better than what we saw last week, with Anthony Carter picking the football up in the end zone after the fumble. We take the lead 7-3 to start the second quarter. Chandler Morris and the Cavaliers back on the field. Gain of 8 on 1st down. Now the empty set for Morris. Checks it down short. That's Sage Ennis, his tight end. Already 3 receptions on the day for Ennis. He had 8 catches last week. Another pass completion, gain of 4. And we get to see what the Cavaliers like to do. They like to spread you out, throw short passes, but there's a fumble on this play. We'll get back to that thought in a minute. We'll see who knocked that ball free. It might have been Devin Marshall. Travaldi Price comes up with the ball. And after a quick touchdown, the Pack force a turnover and will take over right at midfield. Take a look at this replay. It was Devin Marshall coming in from his cornerback spot to knock the ball free from Whaley. But as we take a look at that replay, it looks like Whaley might have been down. And Virginia is challenging this call on the field. We take a look. His knee hits, then his elbow. That seems to be when the ball pops free. This call will likely be overturned. And it seems like the Cavaliers will retain possession instead of a short field for the Pack. 1st down and 10 now, another give to Whaley. Confidence showing there from that coaching staff to give the ball directly back to him. As another pass completion picks up 7, 3rd down and 1, 9 minutes left. Carter-Finley's rocking. It's a read option. Morris keeps this football, breaks a tackle, powers through for a 1st down at the 41-yard line. 1st down and 10, that's Ennis in motion. A give to Whaley again. This time goes nowhere, a loss of 2. In the shotgun, that's a quick pass out to the right, and that ball is picked off. Who was that? That's Brian Nelson, the second, the transfer, coming in, biting on that slant and picking the football off. That's not something you used to see a lot in college football games, or any football game for that matter. The user cornerback broke on the slant and picked the football off. We get to see another look at it here. He reads the route and gets to the spot before the receiver's able to. Now we need to see if we can capitalize on that turnover after losing out on a fumble recovery just a couple plays ago. 2nd down and 12 after the first play loses a couple yards. Making some adjustments to the protection, Bailey shifts right in the pocket, floats it out to the left, just out of the reach of Justin Jolie, makes it 3rd down. Now a screen pass to Jaden Scott, setting his blocks up, unable to break the tackle from the cornerback. We'll give the ball back to the Cavaliers with 6:19 left in this first half. Morris with a give to Whaley, picks up a couple yards, makes it 2nd down and 8. Now Morris on the draw play. His center gets out in front, throws a key block. It looks like it was on Caden Fordham. Makes it 3rd down and 1, but then a great play out on the edge to make it 4th down as we see Jonathan Paylor get his 2nd carry in this game. Now Bailey flips it out left side. There's Justin Jolie. No help over the top. He beats his man. There's only one man to beat. He's going to make a move, but get taken down at the 12-yard line. C.J. Bailey, Justin Jolie, our stars stepping up today, as that's a huge 64-yard completion for Justin Jolie. We talked a lot about him being the star of this offense, and he showed why on that play. Beating his guy in man coverage, just a short, simple drag route, and he gets down the sideline, sets the Wolfpack up at the 12-yard line. Now Jaden Scott has to make a man miss almost immediately after receiving the football. Makes it 2nd down and 10. Terrell Anderson on a slant makes it 3rd down and 3. Looks like a shovel option a la Kansas City Chiefs and Travis Kelce. Justin Jolie unable to finish the play. 1st down and goal from the 1. Scott gets the carry, and he gets into the end zone for the Wolfpack touchdown. That's 2 first-half touchdowns for the Pack. They'll make it 14-3 after the extra point. Justin Jolie was the star of that drive, as coach Marco McBroom tried to draw something up for Justin Jolie to finish off the drive, but was unable to get into the end zone on the shovel option. So we kept it simple, gave it to Scott, and it's 14-3. Morris gets taken down here on 1st down and 10. That's Chaz Wallace. He's played a bigger impact than I thought he would coming into this season. A couple sacks already for the big man. He had a good spring game as well. But he's making some impact plays and some big-time moments so far this season. Cavaliers will have it 2nd down and 11, just over a minute and a half left. That pass is complete to number 7, Jamal Adreen. First time we've called his name. Makes it 3rd down and 2. And then a blitz comes. Caden Fordham gets home, brings Morris down in the backfield for the 2nd time in 3 plays. As the Pack will take the football back, Jonathan Paylor back to return. Lets his block get set up. Cuts it up the left sideline. Almost gets around the edge, but he gets it out to the 40-yard line. Bailey rolling left here on 1st down. Has room to run. Takes off and picks up about 8 yards. We didn't see Bailey run a lot a week ago, but it is something he's capable of when his number's called. 3rd down and 2 now. Not fooled on the play action. That's the end coming around the edge to bring Bailey down for a sack. Makes it 4th down and 9. Brings out the field goal unit for a 56-yard try. Kick meter almost maxed out. Hooking toward that right corner of the upright. It's up and good. And we add 3 points to our advantage before halftime. 17-3. Cavaliers haven't really moved the football outside of that first drive. Bailey has 139 yards passing. Still less than impressive rushing yards for the Pack, but averaging about 6 yards per play. Justin Jolie leads the team in receiving. He has a couple of catches for over 70 yards early in this game. And we get to see Jolie do a couple different things on that drive, catching the shovel pass, showing off his speed, unable to get into the end zone, but he still has that big play ability to go with those sure hands that he brings to the table. The defense is playing well once again, outperforming my expectations. We're going to get a quick overview of our recruiting class so far. We have no commitments, but we are going after a couple of 5-stars. We'll go more in depth with this as the weeks go by, and we'll especially highlight guys that are on visits in the weeks coming up. I tried to reorganize the board so it was easier to follow, but we get to see that we are going after several 4-stars, mainly across that offensive line, to build up our depth. The right side of our offensive line this season is weaker than the left. We just need to build up depth overall and bring guys in who can compete for playing time early. We are losing a couple of linebackers as well this season, and I'm expecting a lot of chaos in the transfer portal. The average number of players that college teams lost this season was 25, so that's what I set the transfer portal to going into this year. I left the chance for user and CPU transfers the same as default on 55, but I'm imagining we're going to see a lot more chaos this season in the transfer portal versus last year. Well, let's get back to the action. Sebastian Harsh starts this drive off well with the 3rd sack of the day for the Wolfpack. Morris loses 5 yards on that play. Harsh has also played a big impact. The transfer edge rusher doesn't get blocked on the read option, doesn't bite on the fake to the running back, and gets the sack. Ennis with another catch, only picks up 3, 3rd down and long. We'll see where the Cavaliers and Morris decide to go. In the pocket, fires it short. There's Sage Ennis, tries to get around the edge. Javon Bailey is there, our dime corner, comes in the game and makes the stop. Paylor gets the first carry of the second half. Picks up 4 yards. Now Bailey's in the pocket, has time, fires it down the right side on the comeback route for Noah Rogers. But it looked like the timing was off just slightly. But there's our guy that we need to go to often. Justin Jolie picking up another first down. Bailey now fires to the end zone looking for Terrell Anderson. Goes up, and a good play from the cornerback bats it away. Jaden Scott, a good read to hit the hole there. Picks up a first down. First down and 10 from the 30-yard line. Those outbreaking routes and comebackers seem to be what Bailey is struggling with early. Or it could just be that I'm struggling to play with a virtual quarterback, and he's missing the throws because of what I'm doing. Third down and 10 now. Fires it to the middle. That's Noah Rogers with the catch. Well short of the first down. We're going to take the points. Kick is up and good. All-State good hands net catches the football. And it's 20-3 as the Cavaliers will take the football back. I'm playing on 12-minute quarters, Heisman difficulty. Our accelerated clock runs down to 20 seconds. So far, I'm finding that's a good balance. If I adjust it at all, I will let you know in future episodes. But Morris completes this pass. A big play down the middle. Makes it first down and 10 from the 42. As Whaley breaks a couple of tackles. That's a hard run for a gain of 1. Another give to Whaley. Tries a spin move. Gets taken out. That's Trey Thomas coming off the edge as Whaley tried a spin move and got his lights knocked out on second down. Third down pass is short. Our defense is doing its job. First play of the drive. Checks it down short to Terrell Anderson. Picks up a first down. Anderson is splitting time with Paylor in the slot, and we get to see what he can do right there. Now a little screen to Wesley Grimes. Tries to break it up the middle. Had one guy to beat, and he would have housed that football. A little motion on the screen, an awkward formation as a couple of linemen were split out wide. Wesley Grimes capitalized on the confusion, outran a couple of defenders, had one man to beat, but was unable to do so. Now Jolie on the screen picks up 7, makes it second down and 3. Scott tries to squeeze through the hole, breaks a tackle, picks up a first down. We're getting close to the end of the third quarter as there's another screen now to Anderson. As we're trying to get this football out quickly on this drive, let our receivers do work in space. Another strong run from Scott makes it third down and inches. We see Paylor come in motion, tries to make a move on the edge, but gets taken down after he picks up the first down. We more than doubled our rushing yards in that quarter. Much better effort on the ground. However, when we face stauncher defenses, we're going to have to be balanced if we want to make good things happen. Start of the fourth quarter now. That's what I'm talking about. The right side of our line is struggling. Scott gets taken down for a loss of 4, but we get that yardage back and more. Make it third down and 2. Now a quick out route for Justin Jolie. Beats his man off the line, and he's into the end zone for the first time today. He almost picked up 2 touchdowns on the day, but that pass puts him over 100 yards receiving to make it 27-3 early in this fourth quarter. Justin Jolie living up to his billing early as the only all-conference preseason selection for the Pack, getting into the end zone for the second time this season. His current pace is double-digit touchdowns. He's something he's capable of. It's just whether or not guys around him will keep getting open to allow him space to work. Moore's back on the field trying to get into the end zone for the first time today. That pass is complete deep down the middle. A huge gain out close to midfield. Play action now on first down and 10. Another completion out to the left side. That's Jaden Thomas getting free down to the 39. First down and 10 for Morris. Another play action pass. Stepping up in the pocket, has time to throw deep down the right side. And there's Brian Nelson again, going to take it out. Thought about taking a knee, but he gets out past the 20, close to the 25, for the second interception of his day. Our highest rated defensive player, making it well known that guys should not be throwing in his direction. 2 interceptions, 2 good plays. And that erases a good drive from the Cavaliers as they were moving the football for the first time really since the first drive of the day. Morris had time, tries to force it into double coverage, and Nelson says no sir. First down and 10, 9:26 left in the fourth quarter. Looks like the Pack have this game in control. Run some clock. Let's see if the backups can get into the football game. Nowhere to go on first down. Another give to Scott on second down and 11. Has a big hole that closes quickly. Picks up 4 yards. On third down and 7, Bailey has time. Checks it down short to Scott. And he just does get across the line to gain. First down and 10, Wolfpack. Now a big hole opens up. He has space, has one man to beat. He could house this thing, but gets taken down by the safety. Much better angles by this secondary in College Football 26 compared to last season. But nonetheless, Jaden Scott with a huge gain gives him 92 yards rushing on the day. Now we get to see Zach Kaiser in the game for the first time. Picks up 4 yards. Bailey now on the empty set. Sends Paylor in motion. It's a screen out to Paylor, trying to give him space to work. Maybe could have cut that football back inside, but picks up about 10 yards anyway. Another give to Kaiser. Nowhere really to go once he bounced that outside. And now Isaiah Jones gets his chance on a sweep play. Loses 3. Third down and 13. Under 5 minutes left. Bailey sends Grimes in motion. Third down and 13. Nowhere really to go with the football. He ends up throwing this into the stands. A good decision to leave the Pack offense out there to attempt the field goal. Picks up 3 more points to make it 30-3 late in this game. We eclipsed 30 points, holding the Cavaliers to under 10 so far. A good showing from this Wolfpack team early this season. 4:26 left. Chandler Morris trying to get this Cavalier offense into the end zone for the first time. He threw 4 touchdowns last week, but has really struggled to get anything going consistently. They've moved the ball in chunks, but now we get to see what Morris can do with his legs. He gets across midfield, wisely slides. He might have been knocked out of the game. A huge hit coming, but he gets down just in time. But like I was saying, Morris in this passing game haven't really gotten a lot going. A few chunk plays here and there, but they've been unable to finish drives. Brian Nelson with a couple big picks. The Wolfpack defensive line has played well, corralling this running game. They really haven't been able to do a ton. We hit the 2-minute warning on second down and 5. A little check down to Sage Ennis. A lot of confusion in that defensive secondary. A lot of collisions allows Ennis room to work, and he gets into the end zone. That's the first touchdown for the Cavaliers. It's going to be a little too late, though, for them to make a comeback as Ennis gets into the end zone for the second time this season. Morris throws his 5th touchdown pass, but of course those have been outshadowed by his 2 interceptions. Ennis is a tight end that could rival Justin Jolie for that first-team All-ACC spot. He's played well through 2 games, double-digit catches through 2, and a couple of touchdowns to boot. Isaiah Jones gets a carry. He should get 1 more right here as Lex Thomas gets into the game for the first time this season as Jones picks up 7 yards. We get to see if Lex Thomas hikes the football one more time. He does not. Second down and 3 is where we finish as the Wolfpack are victorious to stay undefeated in 2025, 30-10 over the Cavaliers. Bailey didn't have to do a lot today, but what he did do, he did it well. 2-0, can't ask for a better start. Jonathan Paylor got some run at running back, something I think we'll see, especially as Smothers continues to stay injured. He's going to stay in the slot. He'll get some run at running back, maybe get him about 8 to 10 touches per game. We need to be conscientious of how many times we're letting these guys touch the football. We don't need another long-term injury. Isaiah Jones, 5 carries for 17 yards and limited work in the fourth quarter. He's somebody I need to get a little bit more involved to take some of that wear off of Jaden Scott. Scott finished with 20 touches. Justin Jolie was the star, 7 catches, 120 yards, and a touchdown. He's going to continue playing like that for us this season. He could be one of the best, if not the best, tight end in the country. But that's all for today, guys. I thank you guys for watching. We've done a lot of good so far through 2 games. I appreciate the support so far. Please share this with your friends. Let them know about this series, as this will continue almost daily. There's a new series I'm going to start up with a Coach to Glory, as we're going to try to take an offensive coordinator from a low-rated school all the way to a national champion as a head coach for a P4 school. We're going to call it Chasing Saban to try to emulate the great Alabama head coach. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys later.